Good morning, Teach Better family. It is Jeff, and I got a special guest, Tracy Fuentes, with me this morning for today's daily drop-in. It is Tuesday, January 4th. Am I looking at the right date? January 4th. We are live right now for your daily drop-in. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Or maybe you're catching us a little bit later on the Teach Better Talk podcast, and that's awesome too. If you're with us this morning, we'd love for you to drop in the comments. Let us know where you're at. What are you doing? You getting ready for work today? Or are you still enjoying a couple of days off? Where are you at? And that we want to get into that, and I'd love to hear about this week's theme, which is our one word. Tracy and I are going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, all the stuff that she's into, experience she's had. We got some holidays to talk about. We got a good news story, and we're going to get into the one word, which Tracy's already picked her. So this is going to be a good one. We will be back in about 27 seconds. Go get your coffee, go get your tea, or if you're like me, I'm going Gatorade this morning, and we'll be back in about 27 seconds. And welcome back to Daily Drop-In. We're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I've got Tracy Fuentes with me. Tracy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How are you doing this morning?
Fantastic. Ray is apparently here. I thought she was driving somewhere. She's working with some teachers today in Illinois, but she's here and she looks to have her party hat on. So that's good. It's exciting. I know she's extremely jealous. She was telling me yesterday. She said it on air, but she also said it off air yesterday that she was really upset when she realized that she booked you for a day that she's not on. So
that's okay.
Great. Anytime I can make Ray jealous is a good day. So that's great. So Tracy,
good morning, Brad.
What's that?
No, I said good morning, Brad.
Yeah, good morning, Brad. Good to see you. I don't know how connected you are to our community. I know this is the first time we've been on camera together and stuff. But I'm not sure if everyone knows who you are. So can we take a second real quick and we don't have to go really quick. You can go long if you want. Tell us about you. I'd love to hear just, what do you do in education? What's your background in education? I know you do a couple different things now. So can you share with everyone who you are? Who is Tracy?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Fuentes. I have been an ESL bilingual educator for the past 15 years, of which I've spent the last 3 years at Stevenson Middle School as the admin intern. So I just recently finished my administration degree as well. I am connected as basically a devoted participant, person looking on, educator who's jealous of all the great things Teach Better does. I'm usually in the background cheering you guys on and everything. But I know Ray because of being the vice president with the Association of Illinois Middle Schools. So that's my current role. And then I also co-lead the events committee with Ray. And we basically run all of the events that Ames puts on together. But ESL bilingual education has been my passion. It still is my passion, as well as middle schools for the last 15 years. And that's what I'm currently working with now as an EL specialist serving middle school and high school.
So when you say, we're going to forgive Jeff's ignorance. And when you say EL specialist serving, what does that role look like for you on a daily basis? I'm sure it's different, but what does that mean? What are you doing? What's your actual role in that school?
So basically just working with middle school and high school ESL bilingual educators and supporting them. Resources, curriculum.
Awesome. So you are strategies. Are you in classrooms a lot? Like, do you do any co-teaching with them, or are you just there? Like you're coaching them on, you're meeting with them, you're helping them go. You're doing finding resources, sharing with them. Are you jumping into classrooms a lot too, or?
Classrooms, also doing a lot of professional development for them.
Gotcha. Oh, great. And how many schools?
5 middle schools and 1 high school campus.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over 100 teachers to work with.
100 teachers. Wow. That's good. And how many kids? How many EL students do you?
For the whole district, there's over 7,000.
Wow, that's incredible. And then, of course, we know we're going to turn attention to your work with Ray at Ames. I want to know. Anytime someone has to work with Ray. So Ames is doing a lot of really great things. How long have you been? You're the vice president over there.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been in that role?
This is the first year going in as the vice president, but the second year serving on the executive board.
And then you're doing the events with Ray and stuff too, which I know there's been a whole bunch going on there.
Yes, we just had a big one.
Yeah, and you did, and it went well from what I hear.
Yes,
which is awesome. So for those that aren't maybe familiar with AIMS, can you give us a little bit about AIMS and sort of what AIMS stands for, what you're trying to do in that organization?
Yeah, so AIMS is a nonprofit organization. We are the Illinois affiliate of AMLI, which is the Association of Illinois Middle School. So for AIMS, we are the Association of Illinois Middle Grade Schools. So we are building a network with all of Illinois middle schools, creating that network, that family, that community for everyone to come together and just learn from each other.
And so in your role as vice president, what does your role entail? I mean, I know you have to deal with Ray. but no, it's excited. That is probably the fun part, honestly.
Yes.
What does that entail? Because I mean, obviously you have your full-time gig, and this is something else you do.
Right.
So what is that it pulls, because that's extra time, right? That's extra time you're putting in. So obviously you got to be really intentional about what you're doing over there. What does a day in the life of the VP of AIMS look like?
So basically we meet quarterly as a board. There's 22 people serving on our board who are teachers, principals, I mean, just amazing Illinois educators serving on that board. Mark Heller is the president, and he's the current president of Plano Middle School. Phenomenal person. We basically meet as an executive board once a month where we get together and we just plan our events or plan the direction that we want to be taking AIMS. And then we're doing a lot of side work as well on our own, especially Ray and myself with the events committee. We're doing a lot of that planning as well. So, and then that whole AIMS board meets quarterly, that 4 times a year.
Do you have any events coming up? What's like in the works? It might not be coming up soon, but.
So we have March 4th, the Exploratory Summit that's coming up. That's going to be at Hadley Junior High. So if you guys are interested, exploratory teachers, this event is all about for you guys. If you guys are in Illinois, we would really love for you guys to come out and spend a day with us. Ray and I will both be there, as well as other phenomenal board members.
And that is aimsnetwork.org, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Awesome. Wow, that's very cool. That's a lot. You got a lot on your plate. Supporting a whole lot of teachers and students. And then in all your free time doing the AIMS thing, and not just the VP part, but also the events and stuff too, which is really cool because I've done a lot of events. I know what that's like. Right. That is not easy work.
No.
But,
and then
it's important work, right? So.
Right. And then on top of it, my husband and my 4 kids.
All right. So you have 4 kids too?
Yes.
Wow. What's the age range?
16 is my oldest. Then I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 6-year-old.
So 6 to 16. Wow.
So it's always a busy household over here.
Yeah, that's a busy household. Wow. Well, geez, hats off to you. That is not easy. I've got 2, and I'm always like, that's like sometimes 3 too many. Like, that's a lot of work. Wow, that's awesome. So you got a lot going on. So I'd love to get to. I know you said so. Our theme this week is one word, right? And this is something that's super popular amongst educators. We're starting to see the blog posts go up and sharing the videos and the graphics that people are making and everything like that. And I love it. It's always awesome to see not just the words they choose, especially when you know someone and you're like, oh yeah, that connects with that person. But then when you get to hear sort of the reflective journey that they went on to get to that word and what it actually means to that person is the part that I really love. Is like, how did they get there, but also like why is that the word they're using to guide them? So I'm excited to dive in this with you because I know you said you've already picked it. So I'm gonna ask you all kinds of questions about that. So we're gonna run a quick video here, get into a brainstorm like we're just talking about your one word. So if you're in the comments or listening, we want to hear your thoughts on words. We're gonna make Tracy share all of her thoughts, but we'd love to see yours in the comments as well. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with Daily Drop, and we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I've got Tracy Fuentes with me here, and we are talking about quite a few things, all the things you do. And then we're gonna get into our one word, talking about one word. I'm trying to get a word in my head of like what I think you might choose, and I'm blanking out. So I'm just gonna go to you for it. So we're gonna do like a slow reveal, maybe. I'm gonna try and word this way. Can you share how you got to your one word and then tell us the word?
Do you want me to share a little bit about last year's word first?
Oh yeah, that's part of the journey, isn't it? Right, looking off
Yes.
last year and going in. Yeah, take us all the way back there. Like we're here for the ride.
So last year, it was pretty cool. We actually did this school-wide at Stevenson
Oh
Middle
really?
School,
Oh, that's cool.
where we had all of the students a part of our advisory SEL lessons dealing with our character traits for the month of January, which was persistence. And that's a character traits that our student leaders picked up. So we did this as a school-wide activity. And so putting together those lessons and everything, my 2021 word was change. That's what I wanted to go down. I wanted to change for me personally as well as professionally because I was still going the admin route. I was finishing that admin internship and I knew change was coming. So I decided to make 2021 all about change and kind of focusing about myself personally as well as professionally. So self-care was a huge one for me, something I had to learn as an educator myself, hard way. Doing so much and everything, I was getting a little stressed and burnt out as well. I was beginning to have anxiety attacks as well. So that self-care with that change was a huge direction towards me. And then I ended up going back into a gym exercise routine and losing 50 pounds.
Wow, you lost 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a change.
Yes, that is definitely a change.
So the change around self-care was to actually take care of yourself and to get into and adjust that. So wow, so 50 pounds. And how long?
Yes.
How long? What was the time span for that?
So because of doing like a keto diet as well as intermittent fasting, it was from May all the way up until October.
From May to October. I like how you say all the way. Like that's not that long.
No,
lose 50 pounds. Wow.
No, but exercise and everything because I was doing nothing.
That's incredible. So Chad Ostrowski, who our CEO and co-founder, he did that a few years back. He went keto. He ended up losing not across. It was about 12, 13 months total when he hit the number, but he was just shy of 100 pounds that he lost.
Oh wow!
And he did the same bit. It was keto and then working out.
It works.
And it's great. So are you still full keto? Are you in full?
No, I'm not.
Did you move back off that?
I'm not totally full keto, but I do not eat any carbs. Like I will not be touching bread or so. Once in a while, if I sneak it in, and then I suffer later.
Yeah, that's how you see it. So then do you still work out? Is that a daily thing? Okay.
Yes, and part of it because I used to be a competitive figure skater as well. I did that for 15 years.
No kidding.
And then my daughter just wanted to start learning how to ice skate, so her and I have been back on the ice together. So I've been teaching her.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level of condition and endurance there. So that's really so fun enough story is that my first job was actually as a skate guard at a skating rink.
Oh wow!
I played hockey and made a really good friend who was a figure skater because this every day. When I went to work after school, she came in and practiced for like 8 hours.
Yes.
And I was always like, oh, like she's just spinning and doing. I was always interested in like how to do that. So she taught me quite a few things. I can do them well, but I got a whole nother level of appreciation for figure skating. Like it was always easy to see that it takes skill, but like it takes hard. A lot. There's a commitment level there, which then connects me and goes, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
She can commit to the keto and the diet stuff because she's got that figure skater mindset. That's interesting. That's what. So now your daughter's into it. Which number was your daughter? What age?
Oh, 9.
She's a 9 and she's into it. So that's cool. How's that going?
Yeah. No, it's great. She went on skates for the first time last week. So that's what we've been doing all winter break long. Like that's been my whole winter break.
Oh, that's
basically taking her to the ice rink. I got her on the ice. First, she started off using the walker. They're like holding on tight and everything, going so slow. Then she became a pro using the walker thing and was going super fast and like keeping up with me. And then finally we got her off the walker. So she'll actually start her first lesson next week, Saturday or this Saturday.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah. So sorry, I'm getting us off track. I'm going to bring us back. So that was, I'm okay that we went off track for a second there. So change was the word of 2021.
Yes.
So bring us back to that story now. We're going from there to now 22.
Yes. So My philosophy with the reason why I became an educator and everything is about building relationships, especially for students, now teachers, and also looking to be that supportive educators nationwide. So looking at that and everything, that's my goal and everything that I want to be doing. That's the reason why I became an educator. I remember my high school teacher. It was my geometry teacher when I was a sophomore in high school, where I was a struggling student. School never came easy for me. And on top of it, I didn't think I needed school because I was a figure skater. I had ambitions, I had goals. I didn't need education. I could get by at a C average and get through school. But I was failing sophomore year of high school and everything. And it was my geometry teacher that would not let me fail, that would not give up on me. So she's the one that made that lasting impact with me and has basically developed me into who I am today as an educator. So as a teacher and everything, my students always knew me as preaching to them échale ganas, which is a Spanish phrase that means the desire to keep going or never give up. So whenever I had my classroom, and there was a sign on the wall that said échale ganas, and everything that they did, goal setting, reflections, I tied it into échale ganas for them. And so thinking about all of those experiences and now also looking at the goals that I have as an educator moving forward, my 2022 word is going to be impact. I want to keep developing those relationships and building an impact on students as well as teachers.
Oh, I love that impact. So when you take your word, how do you allow that to guide you through the year? Because I mean, it's a fun process to go to. It's a fun thing to get involved with because a lot of people do it. So you get to post it on social media and stuff. And there's definitely, I'm sure there's a lot of words that get picked in colorful designs, and then they're like a New Year's resolution. They go away.
Right.
And I'm always curious to see how people, because there's so many different ways, excuse me, how people find like the ways they find to keep that word in front of you or in you for the year. How do you go about that? What's your method?
So basically, I was reflecting on this past year for 2021 with that change. And I went through a whole bunch of change, changing from leaving Stevenson, going into a new role, taking on this new role, no longer being inside of an actual classroom and having my own students, which, has been a huge change for me because I'm so used to having students. Now I don't have students to call my own. Teachers are now my students. So now thinking about the direction that I wanted to be working with teachers, that's how I went and drove that 2022 word to be making that impact.
And then what's your plan? How do you keep it in front of you for the rest of this year? Like, do you do anything with it? Does it get laminated on the wall somewhere? Do you buy signs with it? Or is it just something that you keep tucked away from when you need that reminder of what you're doing this year?
Basically, it's just for myself. I'm not the one that goes all out and basically has it on the wall. I'm no vision board person. But I do know, like, basically the work that I am doing and everything, I do have a sticky note with the word on it. So as I'm sitting here working, at my desktop computer, I do have that little note next to it that says impact. And that's my goal, is to be that impact for teachers as well as students, because our teachers are the ones in the front lines with our students. And if we're not impacting our teachers, they can't go make that impact with the students.
I love it. And I love, and I don't think there's anything wrong with putting it on signs and doing all that stuff. But for me, it's for yourself. It's very personal. It's something that you put there, and it's a reminder of what you're trying to be focused on. It's to kind of help recenter yourself, get yourself back to the path you're trying to do. And sometimes a sticky note is the best way to do that, right? So I love it. So that's really cool. So with all that in mind, a lot of changes. We're about midway through your first year in a whole bunch of new roles, with Ames, and also with your school district and stuff there. What are you, getting back on? Are you back? You're not back in. Are you back in with students yet?
No.
Or with teachers? Okay. Is that this week or is it not tomorrow? Everyone's back. Okay. What are you most excited for right now going into 22?
Basically just that word impact, just continuing to be an impact, looking ahead or so, looking to develop relationships with teachers. I've already started building relationships with teachers, but I want to continue and expand on it. I have built some relationships by being in classrooms with students. So continuing those relationships that we have built and just providing resources, strategies, especially being an ESL bilingual teacher coming off of a pandemic, even though we still are in a pandemic, being with those students remotely and now having that adjustment of what's coming ahead, especially ESL bilingual with access testing coming up. Our students have been off camera, off the camera, off the microphone for the past year. They haven't been talking. They haven't been like actual visual. So our students, having to relearn this year and the adjustments our staff has had to make. And now we're going to be access testing coming up in a couple weeks. It's a lot going on. So just being that provided that support for those teachers.
And has that been the biggest challenge so far for you? Has it been just with the changes that both your students and teachers have had to deal with related to the pandemic that we have, when we have no control? Has that been that your job's not easy anyway.
Right.
Teaching is not easy anyway.
No.
English, EL, working with those students, that's never an easy job. But, the pandemic has brought some more. Has that been the biggest challenge, just the change from being remote to being in person and not knowing what it is? Like, is that the thing? Like, how is that? I guess I'm just trying to, like, how is that really impacting your students? Has that been a huge struggle for them?
Yeah, it was a struggle for them at the beginning of the year. They have to relearn what it was like being inside of the classroom. How to interact with each other. Our middle school students, especially if you look at a 7th grade, the last normal year they had was in 4th grade. So for them, they came in with a mentality of an elementary student still. Like, they had no middle school experience, and students did not know how to act inside of a classroom after being remote for the whole entire year.
And that span, like, such a change in you, like, as a person from 4th to 7th, right?
Right.
A lot of changes going on in your personal life and in your world, and I'm sure at home and stuff. And then you throw in, now I got to figure out this whole new classroom, and
right.
It's been a fun ride, hasn't it?
No, it definitely has.
It's not over yet. So.
No.
And so you're going back. Are you guys going back remote, or are you back full on? You're full on. No talk of that.
Back in person.
Great. Okay, that's good to know. Awesome. Well, so I have not chosen my word yet.
No.
I started doing it a couple years ago, and I've enjoyed it, again, like the process and the reminder, but I'm not there yet. I have 2 or 3 that like have been bouncing on my head, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. So that's why I'm really always excited to, like, ask everyone else, like, how did you get there? Like, how did you, and yours just made sense. And I'm like, I haven't found my word that just makes sense yet, I think is the problem. So I really appreciate you sharing that and your journey there. I'm excited to see you continue to make the impact. That's really cool. And you work both in your district and with Ames and stuff. So we're going to get into, we got some holidays to celebrate. There's quite a few of them on the list today that I think will be enjoyable. And then a good news story as well. So we'll be back in just a few seconds and we'll jump into that.
All right.
Welcome back to Daily Drop. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I've got Tracy Fuentes with me here. Good conversation so far. We talked about some incredible changes and going keto and losing a bunch of weight, to ice skating, to you having a whole bunch of stuff on your plate, kids and jobs. We talked about Ames. We talked about one word and impact and change. It's been fun. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here because we got quite a few holidays, most of which are fun because they're, they're a little interesting. So nationalday.com is where we used to go get it. It's really cool. It gives you a list every day of all the different holidays, because there's a lot of holidays, because apparently it's not that hard to make a holiday.
Interesting.
Yeah, or it doesn't seem that hard. Well, anyway, so a few today. So we're going to roll through this, and you can let me know what you think of this. So today is National Spaghetti Day.
Interesting.
Are you a spaghetti person?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay.
Too many carbs.
Oh, that's right. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, Jeff. That was a dumb question after the first half. Yeah, you're not going to go that way. My kids love
it.
My kids love it. So we'll probably have spaghetti later. National Trivia Day. So this would be a great day to go find some stats or little known facts and kind of, it says wow your friends with interesting facts and stats. So National Trivia Day. Free Flower Basket Day. So
who's giving away free flowers?
This is the day to go give people flowers is what it is. Something tells me capitalism played into that date. But yeah, it's Free Flower Day. It says go on and give a big basket of beautiful flowers to your adored and beloved ones. This is it's actually today is National Missouri Day. When the Show Me State, didn't realize it was called the Show Me State, has something to show. So if you live in Missouri, happy National Missouri Day.
All right.
We're all celebrating with you. It's also Pop Music Chart Day. I don't know what that is. It's actually Tom Thumb Day. General Tom Thumb, he was a dwarf actor way back in the day. So this is the day that they recognize the day that he officially, like the first time he was on screen and took everyone by storm, which was, well, I think it was pretty young too when he did it. But so Tom Thumb Day, so if you're a Tom Thumb fan. This is also National Weigh-In Day, apparently.
Oh, man.
So we're supposed to weigh in the latest fitness and diet routines we cover from the holiday eating period. So today's actually World Braille Day as well, when we just sort of spread the awareness about Braille and other forms of communication that make things more accessible. So that is an important day to be thinking about. And finally, it's World Hypnotism Day.
Okay.
So if you've been thinking about getting hypnotized or hypnotizing someone,
today's your day.
Today's the day to do that. So think about it. Sorry. Some of those are funny. Some are important, but some are really cool to think about, like something, that type of stuff. But I have a good news story too, and I was back and forth, Tracy. So I need your help. So I've got one that's a cool story, connected to science, some good stuff, and then I have another one that's about cute cats.
Okay, love cats. We've got
which way do we want to go? I'm going to make you pick one. Which way are we picking? Are we going to the science stuff or the cats?
Let's go to the hard stuff first for me.
Okay, we're gonna do both. Okay, so there's a Chinese agronomist. I never say that word right. In Canada, who is helping Canada build, and actually helped them build the largest. It's called passive solar greenhouse. So this is a greenhouse that uses no electricity to grow all sorts of vegetables. And I guess he lived in China, grew up in China, and used to help in China grow this because they also have very cold, very dark winters like Canada. And when he moved to Canada, he realized that he didn't see any of these greenhouses being used on a commercial scale. So he's now helping them do that. And what's incredible is they're growing an incredible amount of food. They're able to grow all year long, and they're using zero electricity to do it.
That's amazing.
A really cool green initiative that also is helping with supply as for food and vegetables and stuff as well. So just a super cool story. Really cool. Something we could take to our students in the innovation, the notion that, hey, not everything needs to be plugged in. We can grow this. I love that it's someone taking something that's very common in his home country and his home culture and bringing it to the new country that he lives in and introducing people on a large scale to it. It just seems like a really cool story that's going on up there. So it's gonna be interesting to watch that. So,
that is.
So that is a fun one. I'm going back. I got to go back to the other story here. So this one, and then I saw this other one that just says, where's that? Watch two cats experience snow for the first time.
Oh, man.
And it's just, it's literally what it sounds like. It's two cats touching snow for the first time, and it's adorable. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but I suggest finding it. What's that?
What's the reaction?
The reaction is like, they're touching it and then they jump around. And it's adorable because they're little, so they're in a sliding glass door, it opens up. I can't get the play right. I was trying to show it on screen. Let me see if I can. There's an ad plan. I might be able to bring it up and show. I'm going to try this if you're willing to bear with me.
Yes.
I got to let the ad play first. No one wants to see the ad. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, but this is also something Sometimes you just need to lighten things up, come back from break. It's a good time to share a little fun with your students. So let me see if I can do this for us. I've got it up over here. So I'm going to share my screen. And see, it's letting me. Looks like it's letting me. Let's see here.
I want to see the cats.
Let me, you and me to the side, and there's the cat. Let's see what they do. I haven't watched it. I just read what it was. Can you hear the audio too? Or no?
No.
Okay. This is what we do on Daily Drop now. We're going to do this from now on. We're just going to find videos. He's
a fluffy guy.
He is, and he's confused.
I'm very confused. What is this?
I'm really excited when it snows. I'm going to take my cat outside now. Oh. He's like, nope.
He's like, oh, I'm going to try again.
Ray, okay. I hope you're not still watching or listening in the car right now. Look at him go. That's a lot of snow for that cat, too.
Yeah, that is.
What's he going to do? Is this what we're doing right now? This is what we're doing right now, Tracy. This is...
I think now you've motivated me. We got snow recently over here.
Are you taking the cat out?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take my cats out later and let them experience it.
Today is the day to introduce them.
All right. Got to.
I also think, just because we talked about it earlier, it'd be really fun to see your cat on ice with the ice skates. I'm not just saying, something to think about.
All right. That'll be another thought one. Let's get the snow first.
All right, so this is not as exciting as I thought it would be.
I was thinking maybe he's going to be rolling around.
Does he do anything else? Oh, there's another.
Oh, there's another one.
There's no snow out there anymore.
Yeah, there is no snow.
All right, we're done. All right, that was fun and everything. Thanks for everyone. I kind of just want to see if I could do that and play it, and it would work. So
it worked.
So no, I would definitely share if you're going to take one to your students. That could be fun. That could be a nice, fun, break of the day, especially coming back from break. But the greenhouse one is actually the important story. I think is really cool. So, Tracy, as we get ready as everyone gets ready to go back, you're going back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
As others get ready to go back, if we had to leave them all today with sort of. I don't want to put inspirational on you, but a message of motivation, inspiration, as you want to say. Leading, what words would you leave with educators that are watching or listening to us right now?
So I always try to remember, because I'm used to working with students who necessarily don't want to be leaving for winter break, because school for them was that sense of comfort, was that sense of security where they had, because I'm used to working with schools and districts that are Title I. So those students had that sense of security, belonging, safety, food security there, where they left for winter break and everything, maybe now feeling anxious because 2 weeks away from their security, they no longer have it. So just remembering, especially our educators, having our educators remember those students. We might be feeling anxious as educators, especially we're still in a pandemic. We still don't know what tomorrow is going to be bringing. All of these COVID cases are rising again. We're not done with it. So we do feel all of this anxiety, but also the students, remembering them, just remembering those students who are going to be excited to see you, being excited to be back. So even though we are anxious and everything, we're the front lines with those students, and just remembering that. So just go continue doing the brave stuff that you guys are doing, making that impact with your students, changing their lives, because you guys are. I mean, educators out there, it's hard work, especially this year. This year has been so incredible hard, and we're all struggling.
That was perfect. I was waiting for the impact. I was going to say it, and then you did the impact, and you brought your other word in and changed too.
Right.
I love that, and I hope if you're watching or listening, and the cats didn't deter you, that you're hearing what Chase is saying is and I think if you hear that in there, it's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be feeling all the things that you're feeling, but remember that your kids are probably feeling that too. But
yes.
There's a lot of kids that are really excited to get back and see you.
No, they are.
Because you are that security, you're that constant, and that is important, and that is a huge impact. So,
no,
Tracy, I love that.
I started off We watched the ball drop and everything. I know you were talking about this yesterday with Ray, talking about your kids and everything. My kids ended up staying awake to watch the ball drop. We watched the ball drop and then we're like, yeah, Happy New Year and everything. It was a quiet time at home and everything with all 4 kids and my husband. So we all said Happy New Year and then we all headed off to bed. But right away at 12:10, I got an email from one of my former students. Happy New Year, Mrs. Fuentes. I hope 2022 is great. So just remembering, and that's what also led me to that word impact, because I knew I was making an impact with the students, and that's what I'm hoping to be continuing to do with the teachers as well.
I have like goosebumps from that, because that's like, to think about that. Think about when you were young and celebrating New Year's. Were you really thinking about messaging your teacher?
No.
The impact you had to have on that student to have them think that this is what I want to do right now. When I'm celebrating with friends, family, whatever, and my thought is I want to make sure that I email my former teacher and tell her, like, there's something that's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that help you get to that word. So all right. I'm gonna end on that, because I think that was perfect. That was beautiful. I love it. I appreciate you so much for coming on.
No, it was a pleasure.
With my cat video.
It motivated me.
I'm glad, and I want to thank you again for being so transparent and vulnerable with us and sharing your story of your word of change and then what that led you to, and then this impact, and wrapping it up with a really important reminder for all of us. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you who are watching. Thank you for being here with us every morning. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, like always, at 7 a.m. Eastern time. You can, of course, always catch us on the Teach Better Talk podcast as well. If you ever need anything, please reach out, and we will be here for you. We appreciate you. If you're getting back into school this week, good luck to you. You've got this. And if you need anything, let us know. Tracy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you all later.
Bye, guys.